Welcome back. Let's remind you that the ministerial nominees screening is still going on. It's the fourth day, and former Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, was the first nominee to be screened by the Senate. Muhammadu Mahmood from Kaduna State was next, and then Gbemisola Saraki, representing Kwara State, followed. So far, a total of 34 of the 43 nominees have been screened. However, many Nigerians are not happy about the lack of portfolios in the ministerial list, as well as the leniency given to many nominees. 9 nominees will be screened today. They are Babatunde Fashola, Muhammad Mahmood, Gbemisola Saraki, Rauf Aregbesola, Godi Jediagba, Suleiman Adamu, Clement Anadeagba, Mariam Katagum, and Jeffrey Onyama. Well, public affairs analyst Alpha Jagdan now joins me to discuss the ministerial nominees screening so far. Good to have you on the news. Well, it's day 4 of the screening of the ministerial nominees. What are your assessments so far? Hello, Mr. Jagdan.
Hello.
Yes, it's day 4 of the screening of the ministerial nominees. Let's hear what your impressions are so far.
Well, to a large extent, I will say that this exercise has been skewed at fulfilling all righteousness, because it seems to largely be a party affair, and as it were, the ordinary man, the aggregate opinion of the Nigerian out there was thinking that things were going to be different. Many thought that this list will come with probable portfolios. We didn't see that. And it's sad that majority of those that have so far been screened have largely been asked to take a bow and go. Nigerians are tired of party politics that has kept effective leadership at bay. This, again, we are beginning to see manifest even in the current Senate. The Senate President is someone who is a very experienced legislator. And as it were, I would have thought that he would do things differently.
A lot of people have seemed to re-echo what you are saying. But the federal government says whoever has any issues about the nominees should address those issues to the National Assembly. And on the part of the Senate, they are saying, we know those people that we're asking to bow and go. So on the basis of that, we believe in their capacity and their ability to perform. Well, what's your take on that?
Well, but you see, the thing is that if you look at it, it has largely been a family affair, as I did mention earlier. What do you think you can do to see that any of these people get dropped? The whole idea is that when the elections came, we saw what the ruling party did. The ruling party made it very clear to Nigerians that, listen, we are not going to play ball with any other member, more so if you come from the opposition. You have to be a member of the APC. So as it were, I mean, whatever consternations may arise as a result of one nominee or another, I don't expect that anything reasonable will come out of it.
And what do you have to say when the federal government says the bow and go culture is actually global practice? What really is wrong with that?
Listen, to a large extent, we know that, yes, if you've been a legislator before in other climes, that does happen. But in our own case here, I believe that the same federal government is trying to hide so much from the public. They know that the aggregate opinion out there is that the current ministerial nominees are people that have largely been recircled. What can we make of their track records, as it were? So, you know, to answer your question, I don't think the federal government is being sincere. There is no sincerity of purpose as far as this issue is concerned.
Now, when you say that, I mean, what exactly is your grouse? Is it that you have doubts about the ability of these people to deliver in the next 4 years in the cabinet, or just the bow and go, or the lack of stringency attached to the process so far?
The bow and go thing, why are you asking people to bow and go? Nigerians want to know what they have to offer. To a large extent, you see, our leadership recruitment process has been the problem we've always had in this country. How do we recruit our leaders? It has always been tilted towards cronyism, nepotism, religion, party patronage, and what have you. This is why the leadership gap still does exist in Nigeria. It is a democracy. The National Assembly is the fulcrum of Nigeria's democracy. Yeah. Nigerians are watching. They want to know who their ministers are. They want to know what their capabilities are. These are people.
What changes would you like to see going forward then if we're to make progress as far as recruitment of leadership is concerned?
Well, moving forward, I would want to tell the Senate that if the Senate is not willing to live up to its responsibility, a time would come, if we make this a part of our national discourse, a time would come that Nigerians will call for the abrogation of the Senate. If you look at it, the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is the statutory body responsible for screening ambassadorial nominees and ministerial nominees. So if all you do is, because of the strength of personal recognition, ask people to take a bow and go, I'm afraid they are not living up to expectation. They should give their best. They should screen people. That is why they are there. That is why they were elected into power.
All right, thank you very much, Alpha Jagden, for joining us and giving us your thoughts on the screening of the ministerial nominees so far.